Welcome, San Antonio. I'm going to call this collaboration time or sit down time or just hangout time. But it's your boy E Tally with
It's Tori, Lock Howard Shy.
one of the owners of Courtside. So now you get to put a face and a voice and a name with the young man that's always in every gym. I believe these are the hardest working young men in the city because I don't know how they do it, but they can be at a 4 or 5 o'clock game and turn around and be at a 7, 8 o'clock game all the way across town. And they definitely had the best highlights in the city. Can I say that? Not offend
Uh,
anybody?
you can say it, not me. It's better if you say it.
Yeah, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Hey,
Yeah,
listen, hey, hey, man, hey, yeah, I can say that.
I'll agree. I'll agree.
All right, that's what's up. So, hey, man, we've been talking a lot and just trying to see how we can figure things out and get to this point. So now we're here.
Right.
So one of the things that I know that you do a damn good job at is train and work with the younger guys in high school to allow them and help them be better.
Right.
So one of the things that you're trying to do and you're trying to launch off, and I'm trying to be behind you and make sure everybody know what things are is you're gonna start throwing names out there and you're gonna start putting them where they belong.
Right. So, uh, I guess you could call it my pound for pound list. You
I
know what I
like that.
mean?
A pound for pound list.
Yeah. And the main idea behind it is really to, as you were, you always speaking on, man, and getting these guys out here locally and getting them the exposure, kind of like what you did with your team list, is creating a conversation. You know what I mean? Because that's something where you look at the other major cities in Texas, they're having these conversations, and a lot of times our guys are getting left off because internally, people are being too politically correct to just have an opinionated conversation. You know what I mean? And as long as we put the names out there, it creates interest. And just like any other list, guys who want to jockey and be on that list, it incentivizes individual play versus the teams list, like we were arguing about. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's some guys where they stay on their district, they don't leave and join up on other teams, and they get overlooked because basketball is a team sport, so you only can only have so much impact on your team in high school. You know what I mean? So it's a way to counter that.
And then real quick, let's make sure we put a disclaimer out there, a disclaimer, letting everybody know if you haven't seen them, you can't, they're not on the list. So it's not like you're leaving them out on purpose or things of the such. But hey, man, I'm sorry if you play for a school or a team that you've never seen, that kid's not going to make the list,
Right. So
right?
my I'm gonna have my individual list, but the original idea was my brother's, the Corios, and so he I think me, him, and the other couple big wigs around the city, we're gonna collaborate, and I'm just gonna be the guy to stand on my own, throw my own out there to introduce the idea, get some feedback, because like you said, man, I'm out here at these gyms, I'm behind the scenes, I'm at the practices, I'm on the road traveling with kids to Houston, Dallas, and I text these kids every day, so it's like I'll jump out there, I'll take the bullets.
All right. So we got a short time, but let's do this right here
Yeah.
because this was something important. And I want to, again, I always say this, I always say I'm the guy who I don't want to know it all because you can't be that person.
Right.
But I just want to know enough
Right.
to where as though I'd rather be wrong in certain instances than I am right.
Right.
And one thing, I'm not gonna say I was wrong on, but I wasn't right either. But you brought some light to me about a young man, and you said he's playing football right now, but once he touches down, he's gonna make a difference. And that player is a player that I have interviewed twice, and that's why I want to bring him up because again, he's from one of your camps there. That's Christian Dupree.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So again, watching him play 2 games back to back, and then watching Clemens play prior to him playing, someone called him the X Factor. It wasn't me, but someone said he was an X Factor. He was. He is. He's a player who makes a big difference. But now at the same time, him playing the way he plays, he's enhanced everyone else to play better.
Right. Right.
You know, you got the Q's playing great, and you got Little Bell playing great. So now it takes the load off to add to. Well, let's talk about Christian and you working together as far as you just putting him on and just helping him develop his skill set.
Yeah, man, he's been making me proud, and I appreciate you that for that throwing that alley oop, man. But that's really what it's about. Guys like him, I seen him in middle school. I was actually training another kid, and I seen him. He was at Woodlake, and he missed his whole freshman year with a football injury. And I was working with a guy, Ron Kelly, man, and we were doing some kind of like community team, you know, local AAU team for God, you know, for parents that couldn't really play, you know, pay to travel and do all these things. So I volunteered to coach, and we were doing the videos and stuff like that. And he came through, man, and he was real raw, but I'm telling you, man, like that's what it's about. Some of these kids, they just need to get in the gym. They might not have 300 to go on the road and do all these other things, which if they're not playing, they don't need to be in that circuit anyway. So my thing is, and like I say, I appreciate this, is I'm trying to maybe uptake the role of being a liaison to where let's get a kid like him to where I'm watching him and I know him, but he's not really connected with these programs. You know, let's throw his name out there. You know what I mean? He's in the gym. He's a hard worker. Somebody told me the other day, they like, man, he one of the best athletes in the district, you know, because he plays football. And so he's splitting half his time. So a big game against, you know, 5-star Elijah Williams, you know, that'll making me look good, man. You know?
Well, again, the fact I was there and I watched him play.
Yeah.
I know that player, I know Christian doesn't back down. I asked him.
Told you, man.
I asked him. That was one of my questions. I asked him, you know, how does it feel being in a hostile environment? And again, I got it on video there, and he commented, "This is what I play for. I love this."
It gave me chills. I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how we train them up, man.
But at the same time, I just want to give you your love, and again, that's what it's all about. Again, because we have too many opportunities towards I believe we miss on because we don't bring those who are behind the scenes sometimes, or they don't really know the background. They don't know what's going on.
Right.
And like, hey, look, you know, no, he's not just behind the camera.
Yeah.
The talk he's talking, he really knows what he's talking about.
I appreciate that.
And here's one of his kids that he put on.
Right.
Again, because you talked about him since I want to say it was so August, September timeframe.
Yeah.
You've been like, hey, he's a kid over there. He's playing football. Watch when he said when Clemens get their football players, it's gonna be a different. I said, okay.
I looked at a lot of the list. He was missing.
He was. And again, they were, you know, teams were beating them. But again, his play enhanced everybody else play. That's why I love what our earlier show we did. Mike Daniel was saying how Coach Bell, he teaches his guys they have to play hard.
Right.
But he's not the only coach that does that.
Right.
Coach Cantu does that. Coach Clark does that. Coach Cogill does that. So it's a lot of coaches that do that. But it's just good to hear how a guy like him that's not in that program every day. He's a part-time guy.
Right.
And then, you know, to be, you know, talking to one of the young men who helped bring him up and say, hey, look, real quick, I want to give you Amish on your guy real quick.
I appreciate
he's out
that,
there doing his thing, and he's playing, and then at the same time put a face and a voice with, hey man, if the people see you, they can approach you now. And I'm not just talking about the kids, because the kids all know you.
Right.
I'm talking about the parents.
Right.
Because that's the important part of this. That's the important part of what we do. It's not just about the kids, it's about parents and what they need to know.
Yeah, it's a community thing. That's the best thing about us coming together is
well, you know, hold on. We've been talking about this for a year and a half.
Yeah. And I'm here. I'm here.
I know. Again, you know I know. That's what it took. Though. It took the vision to kind of, okay. I'm not just talking.
Yeah.
Right. He got it. He got it. I told you, hey man, just give me some time. Time. And same thing for you, because, you know, just real quick backstory. You were supposed to be going back home to Vegas.
I was, man. And the things y'all are doing, and I just like
no, not y'all, us.
That's what I'm saying, y'all, and I'm adding to it. I like the opportunity. You know what I mean?
You part of y'all, so us.
Right, I'm here.
So call it us.
Us. The
there
things,
you go.
we are all
There you go. Yes, sir.
coming together to do. And I think right here, there's a good introduction. And I told you before I come to speak to the people, I want to do it here first. You
You
know, because
did. You did.
you've been instrumental in encouraging me, man, to come from behind the scenes and involve myself and play a role. And I think it'll encourage other people because these kids, they need a, it's not about us. It's not about us getting in front of the camera looking stupid, having egg on our face, making predictions.
Correct.
It's about us being an advocate because
Correct.
they're at school all day.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Then they
Mhm.
get off, they're practicing all day. If it just takes for us to come up here, get in front of a camera, run our mouth a little bit, and
Mhm.
you know, give them a little pump,
Mhm.
hey, sign me up.
So, real quick backstory. I'm gonna just kind of, and I'm gonna make sure you understand why
Mhm.
I'm doing what I'm doing. When I jumped in this media game with Boris Davis,
Right.
it was only, not the writers. I'm talking about the writers. I'm talking about the video guys. I'm talking about the guys with the cameras walking around doing great videos for kids. Only 2 guys ever talked to me. All day was one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and you.
All right.
Everyone else looked at me because remember I still do it. This will be my. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm not investing. I'm not buying no camera. I'm sorry, I'm cheap. And this $1,600 right here is my best investment. No, you're not gonna give me the buy, man. I'm being cheap. I'm gonna stay cheap. But and that does quality work for me. But on a serious note, you were the only ones that really talked to me to say, "Hey, man, what you doing?" And I don't know if you remember our conversation, but it became I said, "What you shooting with?" Because I found out that's the terminology you got to use when you talk to other camera people. I said, "What you shooting with?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm shooting with the Canon XP 5000."
We was at Randolph. I remember.
You said this is
okay.
You said this is a $4,500 rig. I was like, hold on. First of all, what he just say? I had no idea what you was talking about. I cheated because I saw some video or something about. That's how you have some lingo about the camera stuff.
Yeah,
and then you start breaking stuff down to me. You was like, "Hey man, you got to get one of these." I was like, "What's that?" "Oh, you got to get this right here." So you've always been a person to me that always shown me love and made sure I'm on the right end of the camera.
Yeah.
And to me, that's important. And same thing to all day. You two are the only two that I think is, to me, and what I'm doing is instrumental. And to make sure. So that's why I make sure when I see you guys, I give you all the love, and I let everybody know, hey man, we a family. So I get it. We all, hey, listen.
I got to give you some love because the reason, like I said, the reason I was so tapped in with you, man, you showed my brother a lot of love, man.
You know
hey,
listen, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
And
then plus, if y'all follow JJ, man, so it's kind of easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You and Corey was doing y'all thing, though. Seriously, man. And then at the same time, I saw it ran into y'all took time out your day, and people don't know this part. You took time out your day in Vegas, bro. Think about that. You know what I mean?
Brought the whole crew.
You brought the whole crew. You brought like 7 dudes with you.
Yeah, I brought the whole crew.
I said, okay. And then remember, it was a big fight that night. Remember?
Yeah.
It was a big fight y'all were covering.
Spence,
yes. And so for you, I just want to make sure people know it's straight family. And this is something that's going to be seen on a regular basis. But I wanted to kind of make sure we do it the right way. And that's why I'm trying to do it inside of a real studio, not the makeshift house.
Right.
Whereas though, yes, I got a nice house that, got a little studio part built in, but I wanted to make sure we do it right when we launch.
Right.
And, so I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you having me on. I'm glad to be on. And I'm here.
There we go. So you'll definitely see more of us and see more of him.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to make sure you stand on your own. So you're gonna be behind the mic by yourself.
For sure.
And we're gonna do more things towards though when district, it's gonna be a difference this year in district. District's gonna be a difference, and we're gonna make sure we change the platform. And I like I told you all day, my guy Richard DeLeon, Michael Daniel. I want you guys next to me when we make that difference. Because again, man, the city needs us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as the media side of it. I'm not talking no coaching. I'm talking the media side.
Right.
Because you guys are very instrumental what you do, man. So what's your final thoughts or your last words? And we just hang it up.
Man, I'm glad to be on here. It's a good little introduction. Did it with the right guy, and like he spoke on, man, pound for pound list coming soon. It's a nuke bomb.
It is. Nuke bomb. He didn't.
New
him
bomb.
and his brother both then showed me some hey, listen,
I'm in these gyms. Just
He is.
like Clemens. I told you.
He is, yeah. Hey,
told you.
listen, and real quick, I know we got to go, but I promise you, if you would have, if before I watched the pre-play, if you would have had that name on that list, I'd have been like, "Come on, man, stop that, bro. I'm not gonna let you come on the show with me." I would have did it.
That's what I'm here to do. Though.
I'm letting you know, I would have did that.
I'm here to do that, though. I'm here to be the guy. Like what?
Yeah,
And
you are.
Max Preps, he such and such.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's all it is to it, man.
Yeah.
It's coming soon.
Well, I just like the fact that you guys take an interest in our guys and our kids here. You could did it anywhere. You could have did Dallas. You could have did Houston. You got roots here. Yes, you're real quick. I don't want to make like he don't have roots here. He has roots here. He has family here. He's from here. So it's not like, oh, no. So
but that's what it's about. The underdogs, man. The ones, the ones who ain't got a voice, man. That's what it's about. Man.
It is.
You know.
Well, hey, man, thank you again.
Yes, sir.
Thank you again for tuning in. And there's definitely a lot more. We don't know what we're going to call it yet, but we're going to call it something.
We're going to get it right.
Get it right. Thank you.